This is a little bit of a different setup here today, boys and girls. So, in this video, as you can probably tell by the title, I've just sat down, not really scripted anything, just got home. I'm going to talk about a few things about being alone. Now, this is an important topic if you are going to go about anything in your day-to-day life. You're going to pursue anything, if you're going to want to be successful at pretty much anything, you're going to have to be comfortable with being alone. Now, I'm going to pull up a little quote that I did write down which sparked the idea for this video. Most of the time you aren't alone, you're just faster than your friends. Now, you might like your friends, you might actually get along with them really well. You might have all of your friends in one circle, you might have a few different groups of friends, you might have no friends at all. It's possible. But the premise of that is, if you are a high achiever or you're looking to grow and you are performing better than the people around you, it doesn't mean you're alone, it just means you're faster or you're on a different path to them. Now, it is important to remember that in this life you need people around you, a support network of people that are going to be able to give you assistance, that you can talk to, that you can relate to and give advice or get advice from, or be on a plane where you can sort of talk about your things, because a lot of us guys bottle things up and they don't tend to talk about stuff, especially in the high performing game, because it's seen as a weakness, and they won't want to talk about their feelings to girls because it is also a vulnerability. So it only leaves down a couple of people, like your close friends and your network, that you can actually talk about things with. So not to say that you should permanently cut people off and turn into a hermit, but it is also important to remember that you are the sum of the five people. It's well known that if you sit around with 4 people or 5 people, you'll be the 6th person doing exactly the same thing. So if you want to change how you want to live, you want to design the lifestyle that you have, you want to live in a city, you want to live in the countryside, you want to turn into an investment banker, you might as well hang around with those people that are doing that, and you'll get there much quicker. But this will mean that you have to leave your current group, or the people that are dragging you down or holding you back. You're going to have to leave them alone. You're going to have to say no. And part of becoming successful, and one thing that you have to do to become, you're going to have to guide your time, and that comes down to learning how to say no. Because as you get more and more well known, or you become more successful, people want a piece of your time for the advice, for just to be friends with you, for the status, or they secretly want to pull you back down into the trap. A crab in a bucket is the analogy that people use, particularly in the UK, and all the tall poppy syndrome in Australasia. I've heard a few of the Aussies and a few of the guys from New Zealand say that phrase, the tall poppy syndrome, is you're going to get your head chopped off if you're above the rest. And it is very true of a lot of people. They don't want you to do better than them, not because they hate you, because they hate themselves. Now, I've just ran through a lot of stuff there. A lot of it's off the top of my head from the people that I've been speaking to and from the situations that I go through myself, because a lot of the stuff that you hear people talk about online is a lot of the stuff they're going through, and quit this and quit that, and a lot of the time it's because they've struggled with it themselves. That's the only reason why they're talking about it, is because they've got experience. So recently I've tried to make myself more scarce, start saying no more often, guarding my time, hence the video. Now, what can you take from this is just try and practice to say no. Even just the little things, people saying, do you want to come out Saturday night and drink? No. Do you want to come out and do this? No. To that girl, that booty call, if you've got any? No. A multitude of different things. Just start saying no, even if it's just for a little thing, even if it's, do you want a croissant? No. Do you want this? No, sorry, I'm doing this. And if people are pushing and forcing things down you, or saying you've got to do it because we're doing it, or it's going to be a cool night, it's a good indicator, and it shows you their real interests and how they want you to be. People that just accept your no for what it is and actually say fair play, those are the people that you should keep around, or just you know what I'm trying to say. You're not always alone, you're just faster than your friends, until you catch up to the next group and try and assimilate their vibes and trying to take on everything that you can from that group. And that only applies to you if you actually want to change how you live. There's no point messing things up if it's not broken. But if you've got bigger dreams, there's no point hanging around with people who don't have the same dreams as you, or at least aren't chasing their own dreams in their own right. Anyway, as always, I've been Nathan, and I'll take you to the next one.